there's actually a lot of scar tissue that built up. And then there's actually some regrowths of some impingements. So basically the second two were almost like, in simple terms, cleaning up the first two surgeries.
I like simple terms.
Yeah.
Because those are a lot of big words.
Yeah.
I'm not pre-med, so.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? I'm Samuel Lynn, and I'm an assistant video producer at the Daily Bruin. And we're here with another episode of Walk the Walk and Talk the Talk, except we're not walking, but that's cool. Today we're here with water polo star
Brock Petersen, redshirt freshman on the men's water polo team.
So Brock, how long have you been playing water polo?
So I've been playing water polo about 12 years now.
And how old were you when you first started?
I was 8 when I would get in the pool and kind of play around, and then I was around 10 when I played real water polo for the first time.
What would you say is the most rewarding part of playing water polo all these years?
I think it's most rewarding is the relationships I've made. My best friends are all on the team here, and then my best friends in high school and stuff like that are all water polo players. It's a rewarding sport. Not a lot of people play it, so it's a pretty interesting conversation starter.
And what would you say has been the hardest thing about playing water polo?
The hardest thing about playing water polo, I mean, it's a tough sport. You involve a lot of, cardio, egg metering and stuff like that. It's not super easy, but yeah, I mean, I'd say definitely like the cardio.
So that's a bunch of small talk. I've heard you've been through a series of injuries. Would you like to explain on that?
Yeah, so my senior year of high school, I tore the labrum in both of my hips.
And where exactly is that?
The labrum, so there's a ball and socket joint, the hip is, and there's a cover basically to the ball part of the socket, and that kind of protects against that all, and that basically tore down the middle. And then there's some cartilage damage, and then there's a couple impingements in the joint as well that they had to fix, but that happened my senior year, pretty much right as our season had started. And so that put me out of the water for about 7 months. I had 2 surgeries during that time. And yeah, that was a long road. That was my first time really ever out of the water for more than probably a week at a time. So it was a struggle for sure.
How many surgeries did you exactly have in this recovery process?
Yeah, so the overall process, I ended up having 4 surgeries, 2 at a time, I would say. So 2 my senior year of high school, and then 2 in the beginning of this year.
Why did you need those additional surgeries this year?
Yeah, so the additional surgeries, there was actually a lot of scar tissue that built up in my rehab before, and so that was kind of limiting my movement, and then that ended up affecting a lot of my muscles, causing a lot of pain. And then there's actually some regrowths of some impingements. So basically the second 2 were almost, like, in simple terms, cleaning up the first 2 surgeries and fixing stuff so that they kind of go back to normal again.
I like simple terms.
Yeah.
Because those are a lot of big words.
Yeah.
I'm not pre-med, so very helpful. And you finally got into the water this year. What would you describe that experience like? Kind of
surreal, almost at a point. When I was first initially injured, I had 2 doctors tell me I was never gonna play again.
Yeah.
So actually to get back to that point and play was almost surreal. It didn't really feel real, to be honest. It was really emotional for me because it was such a long journey to get back to playing again. But yeah.
And you scored your first goal this year. What was that like?
I did. That was crazy. It was kind of towards the end of a game.
Yeah.
Ball went into the center, got kicked out to me, shout out Felix, and just scored on pretty much an open goal. It was a pretty easy goal to score. So
all I'm saying is if I was guarding that would not have gone in. I'm the best water polo player out there. I heard you grew up by the beach,
I did, yeah.
So I guess you could say you kind of grew up by the water.
Yeah, water's definitely a part of my life. My whole family too. We all surf. So if we weren't either at swim practice or water polo practice, usually on the weekends, we would be at the beach surfing. So.
Did you ever play Pokemon?
A little bit. My twin brother played it more than me. I didn't play it very much, no.
What would you say your favorite Pokemon is? It better be a water one, man.
I don't know. I thought you were gonna make a reference to the trainer Brock, but
Oh shoot, I missed it.
Come on.
You're right.
Come on
you're
now.
smart. You smart. Yeah. But yeah. Regarding your twin brother.
yeah,
Who came out first? Like who was
he's
older?
4 minutes older than me. Yeah, so
But who's better at water polo?
I am. I'm the better player.
I think either way, I'm still better than both of you guys. Like, I've never played water polo before. I think either way, I'm still better than both of you guys. Like, never played water polo before. What would you say is like the biggest key to like being good at water polo? Like the one thing you could teach anyone.
The one thing I could teach anyone, well, it all starts with a good base. So learning how to have a good, strong egg beater. Once you can get that down, everything else will kind of
Is that like treading
fall
water?
into place. Yeah, treading water. That's what I think most people struggle with when they first learn how to play water polo is egg beatering or treading water. But once you get that down, it's pretty simple.
Yeah, I just lie on my back.
Yeah, lounge around.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
You're gonna float, so it's fine.
Yeah.
So one last question with my boy Brock. I don't know, this is kind of sentimental, but I like the question.
Yeah.
But if this was your last interview that you were to give, what would you say?
I don't know. I think I'd take everything step by step, short by short, I guess you could say.
Oh, that's really cheesy, man.
Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, I know. Take everything step by step. Don't overthink too many things. Don't take anything too seriously. But yeah, just have fun.
All right. There you have it, folks. Water polo. I'm very good at it. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. That was my boy, Brock Petersen. We're best friends.
Yep.
And I'm sure his brother is jealous that I am not friends with him.
Yeah.